On July 6, 2024, Masoud Pezehiziyan, former Iranian Minister of Health, stood out in the 14th Iranian presidential election and was successfully elected president. In order to quickly demonstrate his leadership and political ambitions, he put forward an ambitious plan to build a 1,000-kilometer super canal. In order to speed up the realization of this ambitious goal, Pezehiziyan extended a cooperation invitation to China, hoping to use China's technical and financial strength to promote this new Silk Road project. However, China was relatively cautious in evaluating this proposal and has not yet given a clear answer. At the same time, Russia has shown great interest in this project, even more actively than Iran itself. So why is Russia so enthusiastic about this project? Should China seize this opportunity to agree to Iran's cooperation request and jointly realize this canal dream? Oil and natural gas are one of the most important resources in the world. Iran has more than 154 billion barrels of recoverable crude oil reserves and more than 33 trillion cubic meters of natural gas reserves. It not only occupies an important position in the international energy market, but also brings Iran more than $50 billion in revenue each year. Among Iran's many energy regions, in addition to the areas mainly distributed in the Persian Gulf, the Caspian Sea coast and the Zagros Mountains in the north also contain rich energy treasures. According to statistics from the U.S. Department of Energy, the geological reserves of oil in the Caspian Sea region are as high as 200 billion barrels, accounting for 18% of the world's total reserves. In addition, this area also has 14 trillion cubic meters of natural gas reserves, accounting for 4% of the world's total reserves. But did you know? The Caspian Sea, a huge inland saltwater lake covering an area of 371,000 square kilometers, has made it extremely difficult for coastal countries to directly access the Indian Ocean due to its closed nature. For a long time, Iran's transportation routes had to bypass the Black Sea, through the Volga River, the Ural River and its canal network, and then use land transportation to cross the Turkish Straits into the Mediterranean, and then through the Suez Canal and the Red Sea, and finally reach the Indian Ocean. This cumbersome and long route is not only time-consuming and laborious, but also seriously affects the rapid development of the regional economy. Faced with this dilemma, Iran proposed a grand plan many years ago, to build a canal from the Caspian Sea to the Persian Gulf. According to the plan, the total length of the canal is more than 1,000 kilometers, starting from the Caspian port in the north, passing through Tehran and Khuzestan and other regions, and finally arriving at the port of Abadan. Abadan is located in Khuzestan province in southwestern Iran. It is located on the Shat al-Arab River and is an important port city, only 53 kilometers southeast of the Persian Gulf. This is the terminal of the oil pipeline for multiple oil fields in southwestern Iran. It has one of the world's largest oil storage and refining bases, and its refinery output accounts for more than 60% of the country's total output. Before the 1950s, Abadan was Iran's most important oil export port. However, due to factors such as the Iraq-Iran War, the shipping capacity of the port of Abadan and the production capacity of the refinery have dropped significantly. Therefore, if Iran can successfully open a canal from the Caspian Sea to the Persian Gulf, it will not only provide a more convenient way for Iran's energy transportation, but also restart the port of Abadan and restore its former glory. As a former oil export center, the port of Abadan has a unique geographical location, connecting the Middle East, Central Asia, South Asia and other regions. If it can regain vitality, the port of Abadan will become a key hub for energy and cargo transportation in these regions. Unfortunately, with Iran's current strength, it is still a bit powerless to realize this plan alone. Therefore, seeking international assistance and investment has become the most realistic option. On March 27, 2021, China and Iran signed a 25-year cooperation agreement. The agreement covers multiple areas such as politics, economy, security and culture, making the relationship between the two countries closer and deeper. Against this background, Iran's new president Masoud Pezehiziyan not only invited China to jointly build a canal connecting the Caspian Sea and the Persian Gulf in July this year, but also plans to visit China this year to discuss the implementation of this grand project. So, what benefits will China get if it participates in this project? Through this canal, Chinese goods can enter the Middle East and Central Asian markets more conveniently, shorten transportation time and reduce costs. According to statistics, the shipping time from the Caspian Sea to the Persian Gulf will be shortened by about 30% compared with the current detour route, greatly improving logistics efficiency. This means that Chinese goods can reach the markets in these regions faster, enhancing the competitiveness of Chinese goods. In terms of energy, the Persian Gulf, as the world's major oil and gas producing area, accounts for more than 30% of the world's total oil production, and natural gas production also occupies an important share. Through this canal, China's energy import routes will be more diversified and secure. According to the China Energy Security Development Report, more than 80% of China's oil imports rely on sea transportation, of which about 40% pass through the Strait of Malacca. The new canal can not only shorten the transportation distance, but also reduce the potential risks caused by pirate attacks, geopolitical conflicts and other factors. Unfortunately, China has not yet responded to Iran's invitation. But interestingly, Russia was more excited than Iran after hearing the news. What is going on? The story begins in the late 19th century. At that time, Tsarist Russia planned to build a canal from the Caspian Sea to the Persian Gulf. Although the territory of Tsarist Russia was already vast and directly connected to the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean and the Arctic Ocean, they never realized the dream of connecting to the Indian Ocean. So, Tsarist Russia negotiated with Iran and set up a canal construction committee. However, due to differences in design concepts and management methods between the two sides, the plan was eventually stranded. In the mid-20th century, the Soviet Union brought up the plan again and rediscussed the possibility of canal construction with Iran. Although the Soviet Union later disintegrated, Russia has not given up this idea. They and Iran proposed two plans based on the existing river channels, the East Line and the West Line. The East Line plans to cross central Iran from the Caspian Sea to the port of Sabah on the coast of Oman, but due to the long route and complex terrain, the construction difficulty and cost are very high. In contrast, the West Line from the Caspian Sea to the port of Abadan is relatively flat and has a lower construction cost, so it has become Russia's first choice. So why is this canal so important to Russia? In the context of the current Russian-Ukrainian conflict, Russia's Baltic and Black Sea transport routes have suffered severe restrictions. Faced with the complex geopolitical environment of the Turkish Straits, the Suez Canal and the Red Sea, Russia urgently needs to find alternative channels. As a result, they began to consider building a canal from the Caspian Sea to the Persian Gulf, which will be a step for Russia to open up a new strategic channel. This new channel will connect to the southern temperate waters and help break Europe's geopolitical constraints on Russia. In fact, as early as 2000, Russia, Iran and India jointly signed the International North-South Transport Corridor Agreement. This corridor is about 7,200 kilometers long, consisting of roads, railways and sea transportation, connecting St. Petersburg, Russia and Mumbai, India. The canal from the Caspian Sea to the Persian Gulf proposed by Iran is a key link in this north-south transport corridor. Once the project is completed, the canal will become an important channel for Russia to South Asia, which will not only shorten the transportation distance by half, but also realize efficient and convenient cargo transportation, thereby further expanding the Asian market. For Russia, this canal is not only a waterway, but also a bridge to the future and a link between Asia and Europe. It will redefine the global shipping pattern, provide Russia with more strategic initiative, break through geopolitical restrictions, and achieve a double leap in economy and politics. It is worth noting that not only Russia and Iran will benefit from the canal from the Caspian Sea to the Persian Gulf and the North-South Corridor, but also countries such as India in South Asia, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan and Azerbaijan in Central Asia will also benefit greatly. This will not only bring significant advantages in economic trade, but also have far-reaching impacts in the geographical and military fields. Driven by the Belt and Road Initiative, this canal will greatly enhance China's maritime connections with Central Asia, South Asia and Europe. However, it is not easy to directly connect the Caspian Sea and the Persian Gulf. It requires overcoming complex geographical conditions and facing the pressure of an uncertain international situation. Especially for Turkey, this new canal will reduce the strategic importance of the Turkish straits they control, which undoubtedly increases the complexity of geopolitical games. So, the question is, do you think China should assist Iran in building this canal?